August 1916. Good afternoon, I'm your reporter Fraser Robertson, and I have some breaking news for you today about the great explorer Ernest Shackleton. But before we cover that, let's remind ourselves of his adventures. Sir Ernest Shackleton was an explorer who in 1901 joined his first expedition to the Antarctic. He went with a man called Scott and another man named Wilson. They started off strong but then got weak quickly. They started to have to leave food behind in depots so that their sledges were less heavy. As they got further south, Shackleton developed a terrible illness. As they got even further, Scott decided that it would be a good idea if they left Shackleton in the camp, however would return to him. While Shackleton was fuming in the camp, Scott and Wilson set the world record for getting furthest south. When they got back to Discovery, their boat, Shackleton was sent home immediately, whilst the rest of the expedition was meant to last another year. He vowed to himself that he would return to the Antarctic, and this time he would lead his own expedition. In 1907 to 1909, Shackleton led his own expedition to the frozen wasteland of Antarctica. He went with 3 other men named Jameson Adams, Frank Wild and Eric Marshall. However, this time they brought a car. They had only just been invented, so it was the first time anyone had ever taken one to the Antarctic. The car started off strong, but then the tyres sunk in the mushy snow. They had also brought huskies and ponies that were used to the extreme temperatures. After a few months, they had already beaten Scott and Wilson's record. After about a year, they saw mountains coming up and decided to call it Beardmore Glacier because Sir William Beardmore helped to organise the trip. As they climbed up it, the last remaining pony unfortunately fell into a crevice, and Frank too. However, he managed to grip onto the ice and not fall. That evening, Shackleton did some calculations. He knew that they would have enough food to get to the pole, however not enough to get back to the first depot. They had got within 180 kilometres to the South Pole. He made the brave decision to turn back to Nimrod. When he got home, he told his wife and children, "I thought you'd prefer a live donkey to a dead lion." 2 years ago, in 1914, Shackleton started his 3rd expedition to the Antarctic, planning to cross the continent via the South Pole. His ship, Endurance, unfortunately became trapped in ice last year, 1915, and in October it sank. The crew have been living on the ice ever since. Shackleton and 6 of his crew left the ship and crossed 1,300 kilometres of ocean and reached a small island called South Georgia, where they raised the alarm and got help from a whaling station. Today, the rest of the crew from Endurance were rescued safely. That's all that we have for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.